Hey everybody,
It's
welcome
good
to
to be
Tetanus.
Yeah, we're
Is this
back.
2 episodes in 2 weeks?
Yeah,
It's yes.
got to be some sort of record.
Well, it's not a record, but
Since
it's
we came
it's a
back.
startup.
That was crappy. Try
Yeah,
that
it's
again.
because you high-fived me. See?
Well, you
watch
high
it.
five me.
Yeah. You see the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So,
That was mean.
Lily's
bad.
not here today,
because she's a loser.
so we're actually
She is,
going to have
but,
fun
She is studying and puzzling in the other room.
studying
so that's
and
cool.
puzzling. We brought out the Mona Lisa for the puzzles.
We did, and we had to sign a contract that it's not gonna get finished. I'm not gonna lie, Mr. T. It's not gonna happen.
Okay, Jaden, do you want to...
Yeah. So I won last week. I'm sick this week, so my voice is gonna sound like not good, but it's okay. Today our theme is travel. So places you've been, places you want to go, just travel in general. So, starting off with a question. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're terrible. No, I'm kidding.
What is the favorite place you've been, whether it been on a vacation or a school trip, or where has been your favorite place?
I'd have to say Jordan, Montana.
He can elaborate because I'm still thinking.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So this summer I went to 2 kind of little known towns. One was Shade Hill, South Dakota. It's like almost on the border of North Dakota. And I went there with Westminster College to dig up some dinosaurs.
Ooh.
And then you know Coach Lay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went with his new school down in Florida, and I went with them up to Montana to do pretty much the same thing. And yeah, we were in Jordan, and it was a cool little town. Like, it was one of those towns that you actually walk in instead of driving everywhere.
Oh, weird.
And yeah, they had this little milkshake place, and it had like you could customize these milkshakes to have like lime or like
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
lime, vanilla, cherry, strawberry, watermelon, pomegranate.
Tasty.
Yeah.
All right. Do they have a steak flavor?
No.
What the heck? Okay. I was gonna say I think my favorite place would probably be I don't know. I guess are we talking vacation or sightseeing, or is it just either?
Just
Just-
like
In general.
Yeah.
Like, if you could go back to a place, you know.
Okay. I guess I'd say it's gonna be like kind of generic, but I guess DC because whenever I went there, it was I don't know. They just had a lot of cool monuments you can see, and I mean we didn't even hit all of them because you walk through the city and just like randomly here's a monument in the middle of the street.
Weird.
It's like okay.
yeah.
Like I think my favorite thing was probably the World War II memorial, and yeah, it was just kind of on the corner of a block. It's just kind of there versus like if yeah they also have like the Lincoln I can't English.
Lincoln Memorial.
Thank you, and stuff like that. I don't know. There's just a lot there, and it's cool to look at. I'll be honest though, I don't want to live in a city, so if it was something like that, it wouldn't be. But what do you call it? And then probably the second coolest thing would be the outside the Pentagon. They got the 9/11 memorial,
Ooh.
and that
Sounds
one was really
interesting.
cool looking. They had like these benches, and they're like sloped. It comes out the ground like that, and then it's flat. And then there's like a spot underneath that you throw coins in, and they all have like a person's name that died there.
You know, there's a McDonald's in the Pentagon.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I think it's either a McDonald's or a Taco Bell or both. But like, if you go on Google Maps and look up restaurant, there's one in the middle of the Pentagon. So
That's kind of cool.
I mean, maybe a bucket list item. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and real quick.
Wait, are you allowed to go to the Pentagon? Like, I was gonna say,
I
like,
was gonna say like.
how's that a bucket list item if...
Well, one thing was like to get into this place, you had to pay for a tour guide who had to take you through a tunnel that went under like 2 highways, and then to get to the memorial, it was weird because like and they had to have a pass to get us into it. It wasn't just open to the public. You had to pay to get into it and whatnot. And then one other cool thing about it is like people who were in the plane that died, their benches are pointed towards the Pentagon, and people who were in the Pentagon is pointed away from the Pentagon.
Huh.
Yeah. But
Well, mine's not going to be near that meaningful.
okay, sorry.
So, no, don't be sorry. Probably Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. I know that's kind of a random one, but we went
I
there.
get that.
We went
yeah.
there on the
it
scout
was
trip.
cool. It was cool.
As somebody who just came back from Dallas, Texas, there's not a lot to do in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Dallas either. I've
No.
been there before.
I
It's
like
eh.
the hotel. Was there? First off, there was a mirror or a TV in the bathroom mirror.
Mm.
I don't know why, but like it
cool.
was the bougiest hotel I have ever stayed in.
Yeah,
But
it's
the view was just like, oh, there's a big ball.
A
Like
ball.
that, it was a ball on a tower.
Mhm.
Like that was the only interesting thing, and like a bridge that was way over there.
I was gonna say. I think when I went, I guess I didn't go to. We pit stopped in Dallas and then we went to San Antonio. But the coolest thing that I saw in Texas was like, the one city had a river in the middle of it, and they did like the whole boat thing where you could sit on it and go through the middle of the town through it. But it wasn't like, it. I don't know. It was like a rendition on like what they do in Italy. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not dissing on Texas, but I just don't see
mic
why they're
seems
so
weird.
prideful. You know, it's cool, but it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It was pretty average. But when I went down to Mammoth Cave, like that was the coolest experience. I got photos
Mm-hmm.
and then I also just have good memories there. And
Yeah.
As
How'd that go?
it went really well. One point, Bill, we're just sitting there in the
Bill,
campsite,
Sorry.
and yeah, shout out to Bill Miles, Wild Bill. Little known fact about him: rain follows him, but
Not just rain. It's been
Bad
snow
weather.
too.
bad weather. If Bill is in the area, it is going to precipitate. But precipitate. So anyway, Bill randomly like comes up to our tent. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to go woodcock hunting?" And I'm confused. They're a bird, right? So he just has us run into the woods. And he's like, "Stop, get down." We do. Then we hear it. And the bird just
It's-
flies down and lands. But we can't see it, but we can hear it. So it flies off again. He's like, "Get up, run to where it was." We do. Then we go flat. And then finally, it got to the point where we could actually see the bird, and it was the weirdest but most fun experience I think I've ever had. I fully agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fully agree. I concur.
Okay. I was gonna say, what's your next question? Actually, oh wait, no, he already. Goodbye.
Probably need to talk about places we want to travel,
Exactly.
right?
What's
Is
your
that one?
dream, like, top place if I could go anywhere in the world, excluding money, excluding, where would you go?
Oh. Yeah, it's really hard because I really want to go to like Rome,
Yes.
but there's also Egypt. I really want to see the pyramids.
That'd be cool.
So I'd say those are like my two. But then Iceland, and I was talking to Tone, our foreign exchange student, about going to visit her in Kosovo.
Ooh, that would be fun. I'm sorry, I'm geographically illiterate sometimes. Where is Kosovo?
Kosovo is like south of Greece, I guess.
Oh, it's one of the islands.
No, it's
Sure.
not an island here.
Okay.
So it's like south of Greece across the Mediterranean Ocean.
No.
That I'm a little confused too.
We'll
Here.
give him 1 minute to pull up the map.
Maps. Google Maps.
While he's talking,
Um,
Hunter, why don't you go for your...
So-
oh, okay.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we got. Oh, wait, I guess west of Greece.
Oh. Okay, that's
Oh,
different.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it's a small little...
Wait, I can't.
so wait, is it a city in Greece? Is that what I'm
No,
getting?
it's
Oh wait,
it
no,
a-
it is.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh,
Maddox
it's like
is
at the
lost.
bottom.
Maddox is-
It's at the bottom of Greece. Okay,
Oh, okay.
maybe.
I don't know why
Okay,
I'm
Maddox is
struggling so
confused,
much
guys.
today.
Any geography nerds that are listening to this podcast, we apologize. We haven't seniors aren't required to take any form of history or geography classes, so
Yeah, and
naturally
I've
we
taken
don't.
all of them already.
Yeah, Maddox is just not the geography guy, but it's okay.
Oh wait, Macedonia. There we go. Yep, right here.
So, I'm
Wait, what?
Maddox.
What? Oh, it's
You're in
north.
Albania
Oh, it's
now.
north of
Here we
North
go.
Macedonia.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
it's a little bit north of Greece, not south, north.
It just bothers me because there's not the immediate borders
yeah, I see what
everywhere.
you're saying now.
Yeah,
But
but yeah,
okay, that's cool.
north of Greece.
North of Greece, which is north and north of
North Macedonia.
I cannot
I
English
think we're
today, guys.
gonna kick Hunter out of
Yeah.
the podcast. You know, if you stutter one more time, it's gonna be a minus point. Just let me know.
I only got one.
You do only got one, but it's okay. I mean, Maddox would have only had one, but he named the two places that I really want to visit, which is
Oh,
Italy and Egypt.
Yeah.
Like Rome would just be a dream, or Italy in general. I would
Yeah, Italy is
all of the architecture and the cobblestone streets and like that. That's the dream, is to take a vacation to Italy. What about you, Hunter?
I'll be honest. I think mine would probably be Germany, and most likely Berlin to see the Berlin Wall because I'm kind of into World War II stuff, and I mean the fall of the Berlin Wall was in the Cold War, which was shortly after World War II. World War II kind of caused that,
right.
in a way. I don't know. It all kind of mashes together.
I
and
think, the
that's all kinda
history
cool.
of Europe is so cool. Like the
Yeah.
castles, and like
Sorry.
just
Loud.
it's crazy how old the buildings are. Like
Mm-hmm.
you see these buildings and you're like, those are older than my country.
Yeah.
And especially when you go over to like Asia and you see like the Great Wall of China and
Yeah.
like
So do
how
you
significant that is.
So people in America, we were like, "Oh my God, I would love to visit this country in Europe and this country in Europe and visit this place." Do you think anyone in Europe wants to come to America?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
I've
lots.
heard of it before. I mean,
Tone was actually telling us about how like in Kosovo they're all like they actually think America sounds so nice and all that.
what's your actual opinion? Does she like it or no?
Yeah, she said she likes it here.
Okay, I didn't
I,
know. So
I don't
was
think
just
she wants to live here, but like she says she really likes it.
wondering. Yeah.
Has
that's
anyone been keeping track of the time?
fair. No, I don't think.
Well, we're 13 minutes in.
Okay, we got about 7 more minutes.
Yeah.
So
Meh.
on the subject of like
What if we just make a next episode after this?
exchange and languages and things, a lot of people in European countries and just around the world are expected to learn English as a second language because Americans are not going to learn,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
take
true.
like a year or two of Spanish and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, what is your guys' experience in other languages? And do you think it's fair to them that it should be a standard language? Something so complicated that like widely televised events are just learning to spell English words.
I don't know. I guess from my standpoint, this might be a weird one, but like economically, the U.S. is one of the bigger countries. So that's why most people learn English because most trade's gonna have some contact with America, right?
Yeah.
It's either gonna be that or it's gonna be China. Those are the two biggest economically that have been, big for a while.
Yeah.
So I feel like, just knowing either Mandarin or English, it just kind of it makes sense is what I'm getting at, I guess.
Yeah.
It just economically makes sense for you to know them too for the most part. And so I kind of see it as fair. Now I do think that maybe there Spanish is another big one that just is used in a lot of places, so I feel like that's something that should be taught a little more. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my thought on it. So
So my opinion here is there needs to be a universal language.
that would be cool.
Whether it's English, Albanian, I don't care. We just need to have a language that everyone can learn and just agree that that's like something every country has to teach.
Yeah.
Because
would be
we
dope.
need to have a way for everyone to communicate, because like I can't go to like Austria and just be expected to speak German,
Yeah.
or like if my plane has a layover and I have to go, which I know English is the universal language of air travel, but still
Yeah.
I can't go to Japan. Like if I'm trying to go to some country and I have a layover in Japan, I can't just be expected to know Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with like dabbling in other languages though, I know a decent bit of German, not a like a lot,
Yeah.
but like a decent bit. And I've dabbled in Japanese a tiny bit, but I don't really know why. It was just like a thing that
Yeah,
happened
I'm
once.
I really want to learn new languages. It's just
It don't
how
happen.
inaccessible they
Yeah.
are.
Well, the interesting thing about it is English is a really weird language if you compare it to the other languages of the world. In some ways, it's simpler, and in other ways, it is so much more complicated.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Greek, I could be wrong about this, but I believe it's the word the, has like 17 different forms depending on who you're talking about in what scenario.
Yeah.
But sometimes, maybe not the word the, but in other cases that might be necessary. Especially like one of the biggest flaws in current language is how would you describe color to a blind person? That's a minus point. No.
I think the main thing about that is, why does a blind person need to understand color?
Well, that's not necessarily. I'm not saying that blind people need to
I
know.
I got
Yeah.
the best way to do this. Braille. That's how you explain it to them. Braille. They understand Braille. you write words out in Braille.
Okay, that's gotta be a minus point, right?
What do you mean? That was good.
It was funny, so I'll allow it. But
Okay,
I don't.
okay, thank you.
By the way, for those of you keeping track, currently Maddox and Hunter are tied at 3. So with just a couple minutes left in the podcast, let's see if they can win me over. So going back on the subject of travel, let's go with modes of travel.
Modes?
Modes, yeah. Like,
Okay.
what's your favorite way to travel? Let's say you've got a place that is a reasonable, or like even the distance might shift, but it's like a reasonable distance away for every mode of transportation. What are you most comfortable in?
Most comfortable?
Yeah.
Probably gonna be car.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna say
I
car.
really like boats.
Boats. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest. My thought around it is I think planes are cool. I really like planes.
Planes are cool.
It's kind of cool, but I also know a lot of people are scared of planes and whatnot, and it costs a lot. My biggest would be car because it's comfier, for the most part. And then like unless you're in it for like 6 hours, it's pretty comfy, right? But and then on top of that, it's gonna be way cheaper to drive a car.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I like cars mostly because you get to see everything on the way too, and you get to make
That's cool.
these cool
Yeah.
stops if you see something. Like, I really like to go places when I don't have a specific day I have to be there, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be able to see, oh, there's a site we can go see. Let's pull off and go look at it. Or there's some trail we can walk, waterfall we can see, just anything. I like to go fishing if I find a
Ooh,
cool
okay.
little spot.
So then, if
Just-
we're going by car, build me your dream road trip within the continental United States. Where would you go, and where would you stop along the way?
Yeah, I don't know enough places for this.
Okay. So, here, let's go. Starting in Owensville, Missouri, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay, let's start going west.
I had to remember which way's west.
Okay. And I'm probably gonna pass through Kansas, but not gonna stop anywhere in Kansas. We're going to Colorado.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I wanna see like, you know those big trees?
The redwood trees?
Yeah. The
Aren't
redwood.
those in California?
Yeah, those are in California.
Yeah. Well, We're making our way there.
Okay, I
You just
see.
went. We're stopping in Colorado. I'm gonna see the trees of California.
Okay, I want to go up those mountains where you can have like the oxygen.
The Rockies.
Well, yeah, the Rocky Mountains, but like you know how they have those things at the top of the Rocky Mountains, like the little oxygen bars, where you can get like
Oh
oxygen.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to try that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're going to the
Okay.
top of a mountain, oxygen bars. Then we're uh, going to Utah, and I want to see. I've already seen the Badlands, but I want to go back, and I want to actually walk around the Badlands. And then we're going further west, over to Utah. Let's just say we're in California now. Not no major cities in California though. We're staying away from that.
Okay, going to the nature part of it.
Yeah, going to see the redwood trees, and then I'm gonna go. Then when I go back to Missouri, I'm gonna loop around north, going through Montana, North Dakota, uh, is that
South
Minnesota?
Dakota. Or yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go south from there, looping through Iowa and back into Missouri.
Okay. What about you, Hunter? By the
Um.
way, since we're running short on time, this trip is the deciding factor. So whichever one
Okay.
I like more is gonna win.
I was gonna say you'll probably like it more. I really. So we're staying inside. Like we can't go to Canada, right?
Yes, continental United States.
Okay. Um. I'll be honest. My biggest thing would be I would want to explore Northwest because my whole life, like the only places I've traveled has been to the south and to the east of Missouri.
Okay.
Like other than DC. DC is the only one that went outside of that. So I'd
No,
start.
that's east. That's still east.
Well, it's still east, but I mean it's north. You know.
It's
It's
It-
like in Virginia.
Well,
I mean,
it's
in
on the
District of
line.
Columbia, but
It's on the line between. It's slightly.
I'd still call
north.
it south.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't call it
Okay.
south. I'd call it like almost due east.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. I guess it's just that way. But so I'd probably want to go north, and I can't remember the name of it, but what lake were we gonna see with Boy Scouts for a while in Minnesota that we wanted to see?
Michigan.
I would want to go there because I saw the pictures and it looks really nice, and I don't know I've always liked lakes. I mean, so I'd want to go there, and then I'd probably want to go see the redwoods because yes, that's cool. And yeah, I did it, guys. Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know places really. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know places over there. I just want to drive and like find national parks. I guess I'd probably want to go to Yellowstone at some point. But that's pretty much it because I really don't know anything that
okay.
side.
For me, the dream road trip
I
is
lost.
the four. Yeah, you did.
I know.
The dream road trip is the Four Corner states. So you know New
Yeah,
Mexico,
those are cool.
Mm.
Arizona.
Arizona, Utah, and Colorado. Because just around that area, you've got the Grand Canyon, you've got Zion National Park, you've got Antelope Canyon, Petrified Forests. You know, like
See, I don't know like any of that, but the Grand
Oh, I
Canyon.
saw a petrified forest in South Dakota. It was really cool.
exactly. And Zion is a photographer's dream. It looks straight out of Lord of the Rings. Like it is. Rivendell in a nutshell. Like a friend of mine got to go do that whole tour, and I got to see pictures, and now I want to go. So just and Four Corners is cool too. To simultaneously stand in four states at the same
Yeah.
time would just be
Mhm.
freaking awesome.
I think you have to lay down to be an off
Yeah.
though.
I mean, not necessarily.
If you stand, you could probably. I guess if you stick your arm out and lean.
Yeah, but
you
you're
could go
not-
in for.
You're not
Or-
planted in four.
Well, I mean, if
Yeah.
you just put your foot straight on the line, you have a little bit of
Yeah.
your foot in every state.
I guess yeah. He's right. He's got that.
But I think I'd
I-
want to have a limb in every state.
Yeah, honestly, laying down would be the best way to do it.
I do have to say real quick. I got one question for you guys. Have either of you or have any of us been outside of the United States?
No.
Nope.
Okay, neither have I.
Okay.
That was.
I really
not
want
as-
to be though.
yeah.
I thought that would have like expanded and one of you would have been, but never mind.
Yeah,
Alright.
but we have to end now, anyways.
Yeah.
Yep. So Maddox wins this episode, so he'll get to host the next one.
You can just hit space.
Yep.
But other than that, thank you for joining us on Tetanus.